Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Top Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day. And welcome to the match reaction show, the first match reaction of the brand new season. And I do, as you can see, have some very, very special guests today. Thought I'd get the whole tribe on today and get everyone's thoughts and opinions. But guys, please, if you could do me the massive favor and please like this video. And as always, if you're new to the Top Council, then please hit that subscribe button, and also as well subscribe to all these lot as well. But first of all, let me introduce the fellas, and alongside of me, I've got Dave, LFC Chats. Dave, how are you doing, mate?
Absolutely fantastic, my friend. Just looking forward to the season starting. That's all I care about. We'll talk about obviously the friendly yesterday, but great.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, mate. We also have Mickey Friars as well. Mickey, how are you doing, mate?
Fantastic. Same as Dave. I'm looking forward to this season. I think we could actually win the league with the fans this time, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And also as well, we have Doug from the Dugout Football Channel. Doug, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. And my Scottish team lost 2-1 to Aberdeen, but being on here has cheered me up proper. I suppose none of you have obviously mentioned the fact that Connor has managed to get 300 subscribers. Fantastic. Well deserved, and congratulations.
Finally.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much, mate, and thank you, lads, as well. Yeah, thank you to everyone that has subscribed as well. It's been a massive push, I think, over the last few days. So, I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But
300 subscribers.
Can I have that?
When you get to 500, bro, we'll open it.
Okay, that's a deal. That's a deal. You and Mickey, everyone, please hit that subscribe button. But like we did say, this is the match reaction to Liverpool's 3-0 victory over Stuttgart. Of course, Stuttgart getting promoted back up to the Bundesliga for this season. And I'll start off with Doug. Doug, of course, we started pretty strong yesterday, surprisingly, because, I know that we did the match preview show, and it was pretty much a lottery to guess who was going to start for Liverpool in the first half anyway. And, what was your reaction to Liverpool, making that, strong team anyway for the game against Stuttgart?
We mean business. I think it's safe to say we mean business. I was absolutely shocked at the lineup. Not going to lie, I didn't think we would go that full strength. But no, I tell you what, Curtis Jones in midfield really impressed me yesterday. Keita as well. Obviously Fabinho as well, and then obviously the front three. It's lovely to see Bobby scoring again. And I thought we defended really, really well. I don't think they gave Alisson any problems as well. But I have to admit, when I did see the lineup, I was like, okay, going strong from the get go. But then I forgot. Obviously, you get two teams, one in the first half and one in the second half. But no, I thought it was pretty ballsy by Klopp, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dave, I know that, like Doug said there, we played, a very strong team, and, that shows really where Klopp's mentality is really, so far, trying to, put probably his best 11 that he had possible, due to injuries and that. Do you think that, I know that we've got RB Salzburg now on Wednesday, I believe.
Tuesday.
So, is it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
No, do you think that he could, keep that, strong 11 and then maybe push them then against Arsenal and, maybe keep that core together?
Yeah, no, I wasn't as surprised as Doug, because it's a weird pre-season. It's so short, and we've only got, as you said, Salzburg on Tuesday, and then it's Arsenal in the Charity Shield next weekend. So he has to get his 11 that we all know is 11. Now Trent and a few of them are missing, and obviously Henderson was missing. But because I knew he was going to chop and change, and probably the second half of a totally different 11 as we did. And to be honest, I was happy with both 11s. So I think both halves, in their own way, did enough for me. And it was actually quite a good game, although the pitch was pretty bad and was rain sodden, and that didn't help. Plus, no one in the ground didn't help either. But I wasn't surprised at all the way he went real strong at the start at all. No, I thought it was a good game, actually.
I think that's an understatement, you saying it was rain sodden. It looked like bloody waterlogged.
Yeah.
So much rain. So much rain.
He was going to bring surfboards on at half time.
probably should have done. He probably should have done at some stages. But yeah, Mickey, do you have the same thoughts of the lads? Were you surprised of how strong the starting 11 was?
No, like Dave said, it was a weird pre-season. We normally get a stronger side the last 2 games of pre-season than we do in the beginning. So we've not had that long off, so the players didn't need much to bring it in. There's a few points I want to make from the matches. Curtis Jones looks like he's played himself at the end of last season and during the training pre-season into the first team. I honestly believe he was good. Bobby looks on fire again, looks hungry for goals, played awesome, then backflips and little tricks again. He's looking like his old self, which is good to see. Your man, Naby, looking like the player we brought. So improving.
Naby lad. Naby lad.
You know, Gomez and Van Dijk were never troubled in the first half, to be honest. That's why Alisson had nothing to do. Nico Williams, 100%. There's no drop down in quality when Trent's out now. No. I really do believe that. Yeah, the only difference is I think Trent gives us more going forward, but it allows the forward midfielders a bit more like Keita to get in their creative stance, which is good. So it's quite a good side. But the biggest thing for me was the second half. Brewster scoring a goal. It was a poacher's goal, a proper like Robbie Fowler goal that we would have scored. So I think he's going to be the striker that comes on and stay around the team now. I really do think that, or we wouldn't have played him. You could see the players that weren't in the squad, Shaqiri, Origi. I don't think they're going to be here next season. I think that's why they're not playing. Yeah. And the biggest thing for me was our number 2 keeper made five great saves.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with that. I think that, you mentioned a good thing there especially with Nico Williams, there's no dipping quality there. And I think now that is the complete thing with Liverpool now. Goalkeeper, I know that there's kind of a dip off, because Alisson is, world class. I think Adrian, he's a fantastic number 2. And like you said, making, 5 phenomenal saves. And I thought yesterday it showed, it showed all the haters of Adrian, what he can do in the sense, even if it is against Stuttgart. And I just think that, that's a fantastic thing. But yeah, I think I would say personally, the only area, in my personal opinion, that's a bit, lopsided is probably the front 3. I don't know. I'll ask you, Dave, this. Do you think that is the only position, realistically, where Liverpool need to, maybe bring up that level?
I think there's 2 positions. I think centre half. I know Billy lad, 7'3" or something. I don't know what he is. He's unbelievable. It's unreal. This guy, 17-year-old. Centre half. I think obviously Lovren's gone. Matip is injury prone. You don't want to go into a new season with just Gomez and Van Dijk there. To be honest, you just don't want to. So something might happen in the centre half department. And as you say, up front, I mean, Ox is out injured again. I mean, he's going to get injured again, I'd say, before the end of the season. Yeah. Mickey's probably right about Brewster. I still think Brewster might go back out on loan. I really do. It depends. If a good I think he probably wants him playing Premier League, though. I don't think he wants to throw him back into the Championship. I think he wants him at the Premier League level. Now, he's good enough to play Premier League. Obviously, if he's going to stay with us, he must be good enough. But unless we can get someone in up front, I think Brewster stays if we can't get somebody in up front. And then, of course, you have the Thiago business, which nobody knows, and the genie thing going on. But I think up front and centre half, I think they're the 2 areas that he'll definitely look at, definitely. But nobody knows. I mean, the window's open till the first week in October or something. It's a long way to go.
Yeah, 1st of October.
Yeah.
On that,
go on, Mickey.
Sorry, on that, Klopp doesn't like to buy late in the window.
No.
I think his latest transfer was probably Ox, wasn't it? Because it was on the last day. I think that has been his latest transfer. But Doug, I think we've said, what David said perfectly there. Ryan Brewster, in my personal opinion, I think he could add something to Liverpool that Liverpool don't have at the minute. But, he is still very young in his footballing career. Do you think, if he can't, stay at Liverpool, do you think, maybe somewhere like a Crystal
I mean, even like there's been even talk of like Aston Villa and Leeds being mentioned, but like I wouldn't sell it. I wouldn't loan him to like a rival of us. So, to be honest with you, Brewster really has impressed when he was at Swansea, and I really hope he can build that up to be a good player this season for us. I think. I want to say this in a bit of a humorous way. I think the reason Firmino scored was because he was very happy of getting his temperature checked. That lovely smile when he was getting his temperature checked. I think that's what caused him to score yesterday. I'm not. I think we have to give credit to that temperature checker because it's got him a goal.
Yeah, and yeah, guys, in the comments as well, let us know anyway your thoughts and opinions on everything that we've said as well. Let me answer a few of you in the chat as well. Ryan's in as well. How are you, Ryan? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Chris is in as well. Can't stay long. I'm off to work. Oh, I could hear myself twice. I'm off to work. We looked sharp last night anyway. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Reds, champions of England, champions of the world. We know what we are. Yeah, there is another thing that is ending today that we will talk about later on in the show. But yeah, that'll be for later on. Ruby's in. How are you, Rube? I hope you have an answer today. Hi to me. Hi to Doug. And I don't know the others. One, sorry. So you have
the most famous one on here.
Mickey lad.
Mickey a lot. Yeah, but we got Mickey in the bottom right, and we got Dave in the top right as well. So they are fantastic people, fantastic guys. But yeah, that was quite funny then, to be fair. But yeah, obviously the goal scorers, yes, Naby Lad, Bobby Firmino, and Ryan Brewster. I think Naby's name now is Naby Lad. It's just Naby, and his last name's Lad. I think that's it now from now on. But yeah, it's of course that front, I'll ask Mickey this. That midfield three yesterday in that first half, with Fabinho, Keita, and Curtis Jones. For me, I thought it was a very, very good balance between all three of them. Do you think that, I know we've got the likes of Jordan Henderson coming back from injury, and of course Gini Wijnaldum and James Milner, but do you think that is probably our best three to, start the season against Leeds?
I personally believe it's a very attacking midfield. I think we'll play that against the lesser sides, as we call them. Mm-hmm. I think going up against the bigger sides, we'll have two holding players. Henderson will definitely play in the bigger games. Champions League, I think they'll play with two holding. They always do in Champions League. So I think Jones's real chance of breaking into the side is to play against the lesser side start off with. If he does a good job, he may stick around. But I think against City or Manchester United or Arsenal or Leicester or Chelsea, there's only room for a Naby or Jones. I don't think you can have both. I think it's too much of a luxury.
Yeah. I would agree with that in a sense. Doug, would you agree in the sense that, like Mickey said there, it is a very attacking midfield. Do you think then that, it would probably be, that midfield three against the lesser teams, or maybe teams that we have to break down in like, for example, Leeds or like a Burnley, teams that are very, very defensive?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think looking at that midfield yesterday, I think it was very attacking. But yeah, I do agree. I think when we play the big teams, I think you may see like Fabinho, Gini in there. I'm not sure Keita will be in there because I think Henderson is so important to our team. And I think looking at it, I think actually I've been saying this for a long, long time now. I think looking at the midfield options, I think it's between Gini and Keita. I don't think you can play all three. I think it's between Gini and Keita. So you might see Gini and Keita actually reversing quite a few times as well. So I do think against the smaller clubs and obviously the teams that obviously are hard to break down, Burnley, etc. I do think that we will play that attacking midfield. But I have to say, Curtis Jones has been very, very impressive since he's came into the side.
Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely agree with that. And Dave, I know that I think it was LFC TV referred him to being the new Adam Lallana, and I know that we've all talked about Curtis Jones, a little bit, on all of our channels and that, but do you think that, that role of being, that what Adam Lallana was, not so much last season, but like the season before, where, you could chuck him into the midfield and he would get you a goal, for example, like the game against Man United last year. Do you think that he could become that midfielder that we rely on in certain situations?
I actually think that Curtis Jones has even a bit more than Adam Lallana. Potentially, obviously, he's still only young, but I think going forward, he could even be better than Adam Lallana 2 or 3 years down the line. He has everything, you know what I mean? He's a big lad, he's pacey, he sees an eye for a ball, he's cheeky. He's a bit aggressive when in the right, right areas, being aggressive, which not many players are anymore, So I think he has everything. He's a bit of football intelligence. Klopp likes him, of course. And it just gives us a different dimension. And I think that's the most important thing that Curtis Jones, whether he's going to be in the starting 11 all the time, which I doubt it really. But I mean, as Mickey says, he probably will play against the lower league teams, like of Everton, that type of team.
Well, he's got hero status against Everton anyway.
I know. Postage stamp, baby. But I mean, it just gives us an extra dimension. And what a great team to have. Someone on the bench, or even in your mind, or Klopp to think starting 11, I might mix it up here. And Naby Lad as well. I mean, he's given us another, he's like a new player. So, like, Minamino, we haven't even mentioned Taki Lad. We haven't mentioned, you know what I mean? So, we've so many options all over the shop. And with Ox being in and out all the time, possible Thiago as well, who knows? But, I mean, I just think it's an extra dimension. And it's really, really good addition to the squad, first team squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mickey, so we'll move on now to like players that impressed us yesterday then, in the sense, and Dave has said a certain player right there in Takumi Minamino. Now in that second half, Mickey, I personally thought Takumi Minamino, he looked very, very sharp, and he looked very, very good for this time of the preseason. I think for me anyway, the likes of Naby Lad, Curtis Jones, Takumi Minamino, and there was about one or two others that I thought, really impressed yesterday. Was Takumi on your list as well, Mickey?
He was trying hard. He showed some flicks and skills like he showed against us in the 2 games he played in the Champions League last season. I still think there's a bit more to come from him. I think he has to do what Jones has done. Jones was stick thin and get knocked off the ball easy. I think he needs to put a bit more bulk on. That's why Jones is looking good. Jones has bulked out quite nice. I think he needs to go and borrow Shaq's protein shakes, you know what I mean, and bulk out a bit. So until he bulks out, I don't think he's a starter at the moment, but I think Klopp's brought him for 2 years' time, 3 years' time. Yeah. I think at the moment he's just going to be in and out the side. But if he stays sharp and looks good, he can be a thing. I just think he needs that goal in a competitive match. I think what it's like. Forward players, once they score a goal, the confidence just flows through him. He's lacking a bit of confidence. I think the problem was he came straight in, and then it was locked down. So he was locked down on his own, didn't know nobody around him, and he was locked around in Liverpool. He didn't know anybody. So he's had he's been put back a little bit, if you know what I mean. His English wasn't good, but apparently it's getting better. So it's all that. It's a bit like Naby. Naby's English wasn't good at first. It's starting to get better. Now, is it a coincidence? His English is getting better and he's getting a better player? I don't know. It could be. So we just have to give him time, like we've given Keita. Yeah, I don't want us to batter Mini like we do Keita. But going forward, let's give him our backing. Let's give him some time. Let him bulk out a little bit, because I think for the Premier League he needs to bulk out a bit. He's too thin, gets knocked off the ball easy. That's what I noticed in the games last year. He seemed to struggle physically against some of the. You know what the Premier League defenders are like, mate. They're all man mountains. They all smash you. I think he found that a little bit troublesome at first, but he'll get used to that. He'll bulk out. He'll play well.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with you in that. And I think he did an interview with, I think it was a Japanese TV show, and he said that the one regret for him was not, contributing to Liverpool's title winning season, which I thought was a bit harsh, because, like you say, he come in January, had about 2-3 games, and then lockdown happened. So, I think, maybe if that hadn't happened, maybe, his rhythm would be perfect by now, and, and other things. But yeah, one player I also want to mention as well, and I'll ask Doug this. I know that James Milner has been kind of a meme for the last 24 hours for welcoming our brand new signing of Kostas Tsimikas. If you guys haven't seen it, then go and check it out on Twitter. He did say some very nice words to Kostas when he didn't pass him the ball. But yeah, we that's for another game. But Doug, Kostas Tsimikas, of course, playing in the second half yesterday. What was your thoughts on our brand new signing?
Yeah, basically the words that Milner said to Tsimikas was F.
I'll have to bleep this out.
FS Kostas or something. It was very, very funny anyway. I thought I'm gonna get this name wrong. Tsimikas actually played very, very well. I thought he looked really solid at the back as well. And to be fair, there's not really a drop off when Robbo's not playing there. So obviously first game, etc. But from what I saw yesterday, thought very, very solid. I thought he was very, very composed. Looked good going forward as well. I think we've got a good player there. I think we've got two good left backs now going forward. And Robbo's not going to play every week. We know that for a fact. So I think with having Tsimikas there, I think we're settled on. I think actually we're settled on the right-hand side of defence and the left-hand side of defence.
Yeah, definitely. I think, to go back to what we said earlier, I think the level now between, both fullbacks now is pretty much, similar in the sense of there's not much far of a drop off. But I was going to say Mickey again, then Dave. I know that we've mentioned the likes of Curtis Jones, Takumi Minamino, Kostas Tsimikas. Was there anyone else that massively impressed you yesterday?
We mentioned Brewster as well. Was very good. That young lad, that 17-year, I'm going to go back to him. I can't even pronounce his name, but I'm going to call him Billy Lad. That guy, the size of him. He actually had 2 or 3 unbelievable headers, clearances. All he had to do was stand there. He didn't even jump. He'd be someone to bring on last 10 minutes if you're holding on to a game, wouldn't he? Just to clear the headers out of the box. He looked. I never even seen him. I think I heard of him playing. I was with the under-23s at the academy, but I'd never actually seen him on the pitch. Oh my God, he stood out big time. Tsimikas had a good game. I thought he was neat and tidy. Did everything he needed to do. Looked good going forward. Looked good in defence. Neat and tidy in his tackle. Sharp. He looks like a really good, decent signing. Everybody else, I thought everybody played well. No, and Naby was probably the man of the match for me. Naby, I'm hoping and dreaming Naby can become the player I thought he was going to be when we signed him from Leipzig. Because at Leipzig, he was probably their star player. Even with Werner there, he was everyone was talking about Naby Keita. Injuries aside, I think Naby can be a huge player for it this year. I really do. I think he could even be one first names on. Obviously, with Hendo back, he'll be in the middle. Probably with Fabinho. They like the two. But I think Naby could be number 3. Depends on what happens to Genie, of course. I don't know what's going to happen there. But
yeah.
Billy Lad is the new lad. Billy Lad.
Funny on it. Go on, Doug.
So we've got Billy. We've got Naby Lad. We've got Billy Lad, and now we've got Grease Lightning on the left back as well.
No, we've got Tacky. We got Tacky Lad as well. Yeah, Tacky Lad. So we got 3 lads.
3 lads.
Brewster's Millions.
What?
Brewster's Millions.
Brewster's Millions. Milli Vanilli.
Wait, Dave, what's your one with Mane? Is it Mane in the mirror?
Mane in the mirror. Change. Klopp, make that change. Who else have we got? King of Egypt, Mashallah. Bobby No Look. Everybody's got a name. Everybody's got a name.
Has Alisson going?
Alisson in Wonderland.
Oh yeah, there we go. Honestly, I was like, has Alisson going? And I was like, I don't know. But yeah, guys, let us know as well. Any names in the comment section that you call Liverpool players? For me, I call Mane the main man because he is for me Liverpool's main man. But Ryan, Yeah. Right says, hello, everyone. I hope everything is good with you guys. Everything's fantastic with us, mate. Hopefully everything's okay with you. Funny enough, Dave said there that no one really disappointed him yesterday. And I was going to move on to, was there anyone yesterday that could have maybe impressed a bit more? I've got one name for me. And for me, it was Marco Grujic. I think he looked... Well, I didn't realize he was on the pitch until about 75 minutes. So for me, it was Marco Grujic. I think he could have been more involved in the game in its sense. And even though he's like probably the tallest person on the pitch, which, considering, that centre back that did his shrug at his head. Billy Lad, yeah.
Billy Lad!
Maybe it's between him and Billy Lad. But yeah, I did think that Grujic could have done a bit better yesterday. Mickey, was there anyone yesterday for you that could have done a bit better?
Well, now you said that, I don't remember seeing Grujic at all. So, was he even on the pitch? That's just what my memory think about now. Did Grujic play? Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah. He should have scored a header, actually. He had a very good chance for a header. He missed an opener with a header.
To be honest, I think it was a good run out for the boys. Also, you got to remember, Stuttgart are 2 weeks ahead of him in the preparations.
Yeah.
So, I know they've only just been promoted and whatever, and you look at Everton struggling against Blackpool yesterday, it just goes to, well, they're all celebrating to come back to 3-3. You know what I mean? That's their Istanbul.
Well, at least we had our night in Istanbul. They've had their night in Blackpool. So
with a light ball. To be honest, I don't think anyone really disappointed. I mean, the only thing I want to mention is like James Milner. How long can he go on? He looks fitter than ever.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. I don't want to blame it, but he could be Liverpool. We could be talking about James Milner in 6 years' time, still playing. You know what I mean?
I think the only disappointment was the bloody weather. The weather almost ruined the game. The weather was bad.
I think Klopp wanted it called off at half time.
Yeah, I seen him talking to the referee.
Yeah,
and the linesman, and he was having a bit of a heated argument talking about the ground. But they actually did well. I think it eased off a little bit in the second half, the rain. And,
it did.
But, I thought he did well considering the conditions.
Yeah.
Can I just mention Mane as well? What a class bit of thing from helping an injured player off. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. Absolutely. I think Sadio is that type of person. And I know that footballers, the stereotypical footballer is like they don't care about anyone like that, but to see that bit of humanity is very, very nice for Sadio. Doug, are you the same? Wasn't there anyone for you that disappointed?
Not really, to be honest with you. I think obviously Grujic was probably the only one. Can't really remember seeing him, but the one thing he did do was set up Brewster's goal. So that's the only thing he did in the game. But look, I think we have to say first friendly over. Look ahead to Salzburg on Tuesday, and then obviously we've got Arsenal on Saturday. So, yeah, I don't think anyone. I can't really think of anyone. Probably Grujic was probably the only one, but I think he might start the next game. To be fair.
Yeah, definitely, and we will have a match preview show for the Salzburg game. That will be out tomorrow. Fingers crossed, and that, but. Thank you to everyone that has viewed this match reaction. I know that it's not, yesterday was the actual game. Ran out of time yesterday. And but today, I thought I'd bring the lads on and, we'd have a chat about the game more in depth, realistically, as well. But lads, thank you so much for coming on. Dave, where can we find you on the socials, my friend?
Everywhere. I know. Dave's LFC Chats. Dave's LFC Chat. I'm only on Twitter. Dave's LFC Chats on YouTube. I don't do Facebook.
You're on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram, yeah.
He forgot to plug Instagram.
I forgot about Instagram. Listen, not huge on Instagram, but Twitter, Instagram, and Dave's LFC Chats on YouTube. But thanks very much for coming on, guys. It's going to be an unbelievable season, and I can't.
Absolutely, mate. Absolute pleasure having you on as always. And guys, all the links anyway in the video description down below. Anyway, Doug, where can we find you in the video description? Where can we find you on the socials?
Video description.
In the description.
In the description. Yeah, you can find me on the Dugout Football channel. Come and actually join me at 5 to 8 this evening. I'm going to attempt a live watch-along for the Champions League final, and I have a certain special guest. Can you guess who it is? It is Mr. Connor Niblett, of course. But obviously, find me on YouTube, find me on Instagram, Douglas.Horn, find me on Twitter at Enrod1992, and then Facebook, Douglas James Horn. But yeah, you'll find me all over those socials.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, guys, I was going to mention it. Yeah, I am going over to Doug's channel at 5 to 8.
5 to 8, yeah.
Yeah, 5 to 8 for the Champions League final, of course. Bayern Munich play PSG tonight. Come on, Bayern Munich. Even though you will equal Liverpool's number 6, I really, really want you to beat PSG because I hate PSG. But Mickey, thank you for coming on, lad. Where can we find you on the socials?
You can find me on Twitter, mfries50, and you can also find me on Facebook, Mickey Friars, and soon, before the season starts, on YouTube. Very soon. Very soon.
Mickey lad!
Mickey lad. And also, Connor, because you haven't plugged it, I'll plug it. You got to join your fantasy league.
Yeah.
The Cop Council and Doug's as well.
Yeah, so what I'll do is when this uploads to YouTube, I will definitely put the links there for sure. I know they're not in there right now, but yeah, they will definitely be in there. Come and join our fantasy, or check it out on Twitter as well. It was posted on Twitter as well, or just DM me on Twitter and you can happily join. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you to everyone that has viewed this video. Please go and subscribe to the other guys' channels. It's massively appreciated if you can do so. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from us. I've been Connor from the Cop Council, and I will see you all next time. Ciao, Reds.
Bye-bye.